Hey guys, this is Oracle Daphne. My name is Beth, and I'm back doing your October 2017 monthly tarot horoscope. This is for everyone with their sun and sun moon in the lovely Pisces. And I am back using my regular Shadowscapes deck by Stephanie Puimula, and I may pull another card or two from one of my other decks. And thank you guys for continuing to be amazing, loyal fans and subscribers. It means a lot to me. Obviously, these videos are now free to watch. But if you'd like to support my channel, it's really appreciated this time since YouTube has made so many changes and I really can't keep up with it. And it takes time I have to take time out of my schedule to do these. To produce them. It takes a lot of time to produce them. So I'm on Patreon. I have a GoFundMe campaign. Even if it's just $1, it really helps support me continuing to do these free videos. Those links are down below in the description box. If you'd like to get a private reading, definitely hit me up for a reading. It's really easy to schedule. Just check out my website, oracledaphne.com. It's probably the simplest website that you've ever seen. And all you need to do is send me a payment for the time that you want and follow it up with an email. Remember guys, it can take me 24 to 48 hours to get back to people, so please be patient. But I am generally pretty fast about getting back to people as far as scheduling, so I do try to schedule as quickly as possible. So let's see what we get. I feel like there's something going on with some of you where there's some kind of I want to say like compulsive behavior, okay? Now, Pisces can be a little OCD in general, but there may be like some like additional compulsive behavior going on it's weird energy that I'm picking up for the month of October, and I don't really know why. You maybe just be really stressed out about stuff. You may feel like maybe the work-life balance is an issue. I definitely feel like there's something that's like under your skin, borderline bugging you. And I don't know what that is, but I feel like it's causing you either anxiety or stress and like causing you to be a little bit OCD about stuff. You may be OCD about eating certain foods or like doing, it's a behavior, but it's also a stress thing. So it's like when you get stressed out, it's like you behave differently than when you don't get stressed out. So it's like, I don't know, that's kind of what I'm feeling. It's very, very strange, but you got a couple of really good cards here. You got the Six of Swords in the immediate future, and that's, probably towards the middle of October, where you're not going to have to worry so much. So if you're like kind of in a place of stress or in a place of like a little bit OCD beginning of October about things, maybe you're OCD about money, because you do have the Four of Pentacles showing up here in the position of emotions. That's never good for a water sign. So you may just be stressing a little bit about finances. I don't feel like you have anything to worry about. I feel like there's prosperity available to you. There's always prosperity available to Pisces. They just kind of need to let go a little bit. To me, it's just like let go of the worry, change your focus on something else. That's what I want to say. If you're like obsessing about money at this time, it's not blocking you per se. It's just stressing you out, which is causing you to be in a place of maybe unhappiness or stress, irritability, and it's just like it's unnecessary. It's like it's not helping you in any way. I also feel like you kind of have your wall up, your guard up about something. You may have some strong planets in Taurus, Aries, or Capricorn. You may also have feelings for a strong Taurus, Aries, or Capricorn, but you've got this Four of Pentacles and the Emperor in the position of emotions. And they're both very tough energies. And I don't like to see that for Pisces, because Pisces, more than any other sign, needs to kind of be in touch with their emotions. There has to be like a Cups card in the position of emotions for me to feel like Pisces is in a good place emotionally. I'm not saying the Emperor isn't always bad for Pisces, but it's a tougher, too strong, too masculine of an energy. So you may be in a relationship to a very strong male that Pisces can be in that more submissive role that is more dominant. They get their way, they get their say, and Pisces nods their heads, and just kind of goes with it. But it just feels like there's something about also being blocked emotionally, like not being emotionally available. Some of you maybe not emotionally available because you're so focused on finances. There's something about stressing about, worrying about money, or because of a previous relationship or a current relationship. Some of you, usually this is like a father figure, so it could be a relationship to a father figure. It could be their expectations for you regarding money. It could be also someone that's just got a very dominant vibe. You may have a dominant vibe, like you may be watching, like this could be your Pisces ascendant or something that you're watching for, and you may have like a strong planets in Aries or Capricorn or Taurus some way, somehow, or you just may be very like dominant in your personality, or a little bit stubborn in some way, because the Emperor can be stubbornness too. So that's like the beginning. Like, where do we go from here? It's kind of an interesting spread. I don't feel like your month is gonna suck. I don't feel like that. I just feel like there's certain elements that may, I want to say, cause a delay. Because we have this 9 of Wands coming in from the outside. To me, that's a delay. That's things taking a long time. That's like things taking longer than expected. And it may stress you out in some way. Either it's like a payment that you're expecting to come through that's taking longer, something that you're expecting to complete that's taking longer, a project, work stuff that's taking longer, traffic delays. I mean, anything that's delayed, that's a delay, maybe you're like, sometimes it's like an email that you're waiting for, a callback that you're waiting for. To me, it just feels like you're waiting for something. And some of you're waiting for a person to come back. So maybe you're stuck in the past a little bit. Maybe you're still stuck on like a past relationship or a past hookup or someone from the past in some way. Because we got this 10 of Cups in the distant past. That's the only element of relationship. This only card here that talks about two people in like a relationship. And I see the 10 of Cups as a relationship card specifically. Although you do have the moving card crowning you. Moving or traveling. So some of you may want to buy a house, or you may be moving, or you may be traveling in some way. It may or may not happen. There may be a delay on closing. There may be a delay on moving. There may have been a big delay. For some people, this is like maybe you wanting to buy a house, or you wanting to buy a property and then like not having the money for it, or there may be problems. There's always problems when not always, but like there's a lot of little things that can go wrong when you're buying a property, when you're buying a house. Credit issues, not having the money to pay for certain like replacing certain things, maintenance issues, updating certain things, repairs. That's the word that I want to say. Repairs. So it's like some of you, like, you're worried that maybe you can't repair, but repair something that you have. So maybe it's like a roof, or maybe it's like a deck or something. Some of you may actually do like construction stuff or like repair stuff, and some of you may be actually fixing up a house. Some of you would be flipping a house, or doing work where it's like there's like a lot of like it's like a domino thing, and you like need things to kind of happen in a certain order. And some of you, it may not be happening in a certain order, or the order that you want. You maybe get stuck or stalled at some point. Middle of October. For others that don't do any kind of house flipping or reconstruction or things like that, this could be getting stuck in the past. Pisces can get very much stuck in the past. They're supposed to look back and reflect, but a lot of times Pisces get stuck there. They look back and reflect and go, maybe I should get back with that person. Maybe I should go back to that old job. Maybe I should stay in the old job. Maybe I should stay with that ex. And then they end up doing that, and rather than moving forward. And you do have a card about fresh starts here. The Judgment card, looking back at the past, laying it to rest, making your peace with it, moving on. That's crossing. So It's an interesting energy. It's hard because it's just like, I feel like you're not really focused on yourself too. You're focused on all these other things that are going on. Pisces is usually the pie in the sky dreamer. Their head is in the clouds. And in some way, you're in character for the month of October because of this issue. Emotionally, though, you're not in character. Emotionally, you're blocked, okay? Which, you know, I don't put a lot of stock into when I read into the position of emotions, but if this is the only place that you're blocked, this is the only place that you're blocked. So in some way, you need to focus more on taking care of yourself, on taking care of your emotional well-being, whatever that means to you, okay? Some people, like my guide said, some of you don't feel heard or understood, maybe because of a partner. Maybe it's like something that's not happening, like an action that maybe a partner's not taking or a partner's not doing. This is what it's going to take for you to feel emotionally checked in. I feel like emotionally you're checked out, okay? And that's not good for Pisces. So we got to get your emotions back in the game, because that's where, in some way, that's where the money is. And if you're hard up for money, you have to be emotionally available. You have to be emotionally available for others. You have to explore emotions, because the emotions are going to teach you the most lessons. And when you're blocked emotionally, it's like you telling God, you know what, God, don't bother to call me. You're going to go straight to voicemail if you do. And actually, Pisces is the sign that I've met, especially males. Male Pisces, they can shut down. They shut down and they're not available, and you can't get through. Nothing will cheer them up. Nothing, you can't even really communicate with them. Sometimes they don't communicate when they're like this. So you could be dealing with a female Pisces that's checked out emotionally, or you could be a male Pisces that's checked out emotionally, or you could be dealing with a male that's checked out emotionally. So a lot of different scenarios here. Some of you do have like a long distance relationship, or you're communicating with someone by email, by text, by Skype. There's something about a long distance because we have this Eight of Pentacles in the center. Sorry, Eight of Pentacles. And it's connecting with the Seven of Cups. And I definitely feel like there's feelings with this person. This could be a friend, but I definitely feel like there's feelings with this person. Feelings. And or you're just texting a lot. You're going to be texting a lot, communicating with a lot of different people. You can be communicating with people from all over. This is like, you know, maybe some of you're building your own website. You know, to me, it's like you're building your own website. You're building your own business. Maybe you're in business for yourself. There's going to be a lot more communication, especially those of you who are in business for yourself, via text, via email. It's going to pick up in October. That's what I want to say. Let me see what else I get for you. Hang on just one second. I'm going to shuffle a little bit here. Make sure you're drinking enough water. Pisces, as well as the other water signs, really need to do that. So make sure you're drinking enough water. Some of you may be feeling like more bloated, or you may be retaining more water because you're not drinking enough water during the day. That's what I want to say. Some of you are going through a time of transition. To me, it's like I'm getting shown like a transitional element here, where you could be moving, or you could just be kind of in between, you know, either in between jobs, or there may be something that's not quite right with the job that you have. And I feel like you're on your way to being more abundant or more prosperous, but I don't want that to be your only focus, because in some way it feels like a little bit like it is your only focus. And Pisces need to be more open-minded. They can get stuck into this singular perspective, and it's not healthy for you. It's not healthy. Some of you really need to work on your immune system, boosting your immune system. Some Some of you do suffer from depression, or you're suffering from like Pisces can absorb a lot of negative energy. I definitely feel like you've absorbed it and need to be cleared. Some of you, your energy needs to be cleared. Some of you are in a relationship that's kind of, the longer it goes, the worse it's going to get. That's what I want to say. There is something about friends showing up here. So the thing that's going to help you is connecting with friends. I don't feel like you have either very much of a social life going on in the month of October, or you're focused on it, which you need to. Focusing more on a social life, focusing more on friends, focusing more on having fun and doing fun things. In some way, you just may be overly stressed about your current life situation and need to work on that. Work on making your peace with it. Making your peace with it. That's what I want to say. Some of you, you kind of have like a wandering eye, or your partner has a wandering eye. This is showing up here. Some of you, this can happen for a couple of reasons. One is it's like the person, you or your partner, has a wandering eye because it's like they're doing it for ego reasons. It makes them feel good, or they're not happy in their relationship. Try not to be the perfectionist this month, okay? Try to just go with the flow. That's what I want to say. Go with the flow. Trust that you're where you're supposed to be. Trust that everything's happening the way it's supposed to happen. And if you break up with someone, if you should happen to break up with someone, that is what's supposed to happen. Let it go. It's interesting. It could be the relationship that you're in, you may not be having very much sex with that person. And when you break up, you're going to be getting it on with somebody else. It's blocking you. That relationship may be blocking you from having a better sex life. I don't know why that wants to come through, but it does. Here it is. Some of you do need to work on your self-love, self-care, self-worth issues. Could be suffering from low self-esteem, focusing more on yourself in a loving way. That's coming up really strongly. And there are some of you, I should say, that are still working to get over the past, painful relationships, bad breakups, bad divorces, difficult childhood. This is all showing up here. The moving card has showed up twice. And some of you are moving, those of you who are single, you're just moving to a new place. It could be a new apartment, some of you buying a house. But it feels like for some of you, you're moving because you're going to get a divorce, or you're splitting up with a partner and you're moving out from them, from being with them. If you're not in a relationship, a lot of you are going to be getting into a shorter term relationship. And some of you who are in a relationship, that relationship is really not going to go past, I want to say, 7 years. It could be 8, but it's more like 7. It's a shorter term relationship, so it's like between 1 and 7 years. So if you're in a relationship and it's like you're trying to figure out where it's going, what's happening, it's probably not going to go farther than that. Although it could go farther than that, but some of you're going to sleep with like a friend, and they're going to turn into your, like, to me, it's like your like life partner. That's what's going to happen. Like your friendship's going to grow into something more. That's what I want to say. There's a strong friendship element here. Make sure you're taking enough time to get enough rest and enough sleep. Some of you are burning the candles at both ends. That's the other thing I want to say. You're too busy. So clear your schedule for a little time for yourself. That's what I want to say. And that's it. That's all I'm going to say. Thank you guys so much for liking, sharing, subscribing, Google Plusing. I really appreciate it. Definitely give me a thumbs up. It helps my channel. Click the subscribe button, and I will be back again for more videos. So stay tuned. I wish you guys all the best. I send you guys big hugs, big kisses, and I will talk to you guys again soon. All right, take care. Bye.